Good evening once again, everyone. My name is Mr. Smeghennigan, as you know, and we're going to be doing part 28 of the Adventures of Alundra Let's Play. Fresh off of having to clear through the, the Nerude Temple, or whatever the hell that place was called. We're going to be quickly, and I forget exactly what it was. Yeah, we're going to be quick. We're going to be doing some talking to, we're going to be talking to some of the townsfolk, and we're going to be, plundering some optional areas. Like this place first. There is technically, I want to say there is technically a pattern to these flame sconces, or whatever you want to call them, lanterns. And you'd think this is a hint towards it. I'm just gonna spoil something right now. Cephas, and actually I ends up telling you exactly what order you should use the whatchamacalls in. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't skip through this quick. I don't know. There we go. But yes, we got a little plaque here that suggests that there may be a way to figure this out on our own. But considering there's like 6 torches, it's being able to guess would be difficult. And because of the fact that I am feeling a little cheaty doodly, I decided to just look up the order, because technically there's a way to do it, and Cephas does end up telling you near the end of the game, and I figured, well, why not? Anyway. What was it? Yes, there is a specific order to this, because if you try and do it in any other order, it will just go beep and not give you anything. But of course, I somehow magically get the order on the first try. Isn't that convenient? Anyway, for our troubles, we get Novice Charm. This is a pretty interesting defensive item, as it were. It says it increases our defense, as we will see in about a second. Yeah, there he is, right at the bottom left of the screen. Increases defensive power. This is a lie. It does not increase our defensive power. In fact, it will make it so that we can, resist fire. That aqua cape will also become useful later on. Later on, however, is about 2 or 3 videos away, so I hope you could be patient. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Of course, my mistake. Yes, the Novice Charm will allow us to resist fire. It is very useful later in the later on in the game, when fire actually starts to become a bit of a threat, as it is. And yeah, I forget exactly what was going on in here. I'm not entirely sure why I keep coming to talk to him, but I suppose I just really like his company or something. Oh boy, yeah, he is, I think, once again threatening us, which I don't really appreciate. But, well, we gotta live with this sort of stuff. We piss off the clergy, then everything goes bad. Or the Chancellor, really. I don't know if he's... That's the thing, really. He's the only person who really works in that place. I mean, Giles does as well, but I think he's more just really devout than anything. Anyway, I'm getting kind of distracted with myself. Now then, we're gonna have a lovely little chat to all the villagers. We're going to be, seeing exactly what's going on. I'm not going to step on his head for once. It's kind of a out of character thing for me. But yeah, we got hints that there may be something going on in the pond in the lake with the whirlpool. Oh, is that a pond? I don't remember. Yeah, it's a pond. My mistake. Anyway, yes, there's something going on in the pond. We'll be going to that later. With the aqua cape in hand. That thing is only useful for that place, and anywhere else, kind of meh. I don't know. Anyway, apparently we gotta go speak to Lutus, and yeah, I'm actually really curious to see where this city is, or what the city looks like. Could you imagine, compared to this bloody place, we'd be lost for hours? Or maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe this is like, I don't know. I've got a weird idea of how scale works. I totally wasn't yawning there. You didn't hear a damn thing. Yep, there's hints here that we could get something built by Lurve, if we had anything that could be built. And what was it? Sierra's house is open, but she's not exactly going to be talkative, as you can see. She's still as you can tell, dealing with the loss of Sybil. That's not something you want to have to deal with. I can understand that. Anyway, what was it? I think, yeah, this place is open. This place is open as well. Sorry, I just realised I meant to be close to the microphone, otherwise you can't hear me over the music. And the fun thing is you're not slumped against the counter for once. But, yeah. I'm still curious as to where he gets all that bloody alcohol. I don't know. Pondering will get me nowhere. And then there's suddenly becoming a little, what's the term? Lucid? Apparently the gods are everywhere. This does not look good. We may be dealing with this at some point. Anyway. Whoop, she said our name. Wait, I'm pretty sure she said that before. She said our name before, but that's always a telling sign. Anyway. Here's another plot hook, or I want to say plot hook. It's another place that we're going to be dealing with at some point. I just realized how many voices there are there. Anyway, let's see. Yes, of course, Klein's is still locked. I forget if there was anything interesting going on here. Like maybe, nope, they still got a rectangle. It's an unfortunate thing. Yep. Oh well, if we want to find May, we're just gonna have to keep on looking. I don't know if we need to talk to her, but if we need to, then we will. I forget exactly what Bonaire was going to be talking about here because it's been a while since I recorded this last time. Oh yeah, of course, he's apparently not got much to do, and I can understand that. It's kind of a weird thing, really. But yep, and once again we got Phineas bemoaning the fact that he's not being dealt with. Oh man, I'm gonna make this old man suffer because I just like it. Yeah, the gods are real bastards at times, I swear. Anyway, we're gonna be here. Oh, what was it? This is where, what was it? Some interesting stuff is gonna be happening. Yeah, apparently he's intense more than anything. I mean, I suppose I could understand that, but, And yes, apparently, whatever the hell has been going on. Yeah. Here we have hints that of Lutus's death, but, it seems that anytime he's been under threat, he's been saved. Or he's avoided death. Bit of an odd thing. Anyway, we're not exactly sure he would try and put someone into, what was it, death's line. When he needs to then save them. It seems kind of out of place, you know? And it does make sense if you think about it, considering Sibyl's last dream. Oh, and yeah, and that wasn't me jumping. That was Alundra actually having a bit of a shock. I've got to remember to actually give ideas of when I've got control or not. Anyway, we're getting a few more hints here as to what's going on. How exactly Rhoda knew to do what he needed to do. Yes, it's going to become painfully obvious now. Excuse me. I'm not entirely sure what to talk about when this sort of stuff happens. But yeah, if you pray, you allow the gods into your mind, which is why we are essentially a walking webcam for him. Not exactly the best thing to have, you know. Which means there could be some very bad. Things happening in our near future. I mean, what was it? Lutus has obviously been saved, but this isn't exactly for the best. And with that, Maya just sort of struts off again. Why does she keep strutting? I don't know. Anyway, I forget if I... Oh yeah, and of course Lutus's chimney stack is still unlit, so we have quite a big window to... what was it? A window of opportunity to go in and check on that. Get that item. I'm not entirely sure where... What was it? Wendell's being a bit paranoid, and I can understand that. Yes. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure why I'm agreeing with the CPU, but whatever. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't try and talk to... Oh, bloody hell, Mead? Maybe he was somewhere else. Yeah. What was it? Giles is still very obsessed. Damn, evil. A little curious there, but whatever. I'm not entirely sure why I can't make any good commentary that isn't entirely reactionary, but whatever. Anyway, before we go deal with much of anything in terms of actual plot, I'm gonna talk to Septimus. I mean, he's obviously gonna have a lot to talk about. But yeah. And here we're going to be hearing more about how Lutus got saved. Now, here's the bit that confuses me. We found out about what happens to Lutus if he dies with Sybil like a short while ago. But how long has that been going on for? Like, we only just found out about it, and apparently this happened a few weeks ago. I think time is being a bit iffy again. Anyway, we're gonna just digest that nugget of information. But before we do anything, I really feel like I should cut out the save prompt. Yeah, well, we need something to at least show that we've been keeping our progress, as it were. Anyway, yeah, it seems even Jess is worried about the poor guy. Now that I think about it, Jess is reminded me of someone. I don't know why. I don't know why that is though. Anyway, we're gonna be saving quickly. This is technically where I cut the end of the last big chunk of videos, and the next set is gonna be, what was it? Next set is me dealing with side bits or side stories, and it gets, oh boy, it gets fun. Let's just say that. If you'll remember that secret pass I got, we're going to be seeing what exactly goes on with that, or what exactly is going to be happening with that. Now then, I'm not sure where I put those of all things. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be going to the Riverside Pub. I'm not quite sure why I didn't cut out this particular piece of walking, or dashing all over the damn place. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But, yeah. Man, I am so good with commentary, I'm saying yeah a lot. And pointing it out is just making it all the more better, or all the better. Anyway. Alright. I hope you like this music, guys, because we're going to be listening to it for the next 20 minutes. Anyway, we've got a bunch of signs everywhere telling us exactly what's in here. And here's the fun thing, this is one of the only places where you'll see, like, people walking about without just standing in place for no reason. Seriously, it's kind of a curious thing when you think about it. I mean, okay, they can end up getting in the way, but, I don't know. Anyway, we got, what was it, 3 mini games. What was it, oh god, this guy is a little, this guy has some interesting games up his sleeve. Anyway, we got 3 games. We got, what was it, 3 games that we can play. Slime Busters, as you can tell, the shooting range, I forget what the hell the actual name of that was, and the roulette. I don't like that one. What was it? The 3 games are pretty interesting in that they both, all 3 of them have, what was it? Yeah, all 3 of them have a life vessel and a gilded falcon stuck behind them. And in order to get the life vessel, we just need to win the game, win one set of 5 games in a row. And with the, in order to get the Gilded Falcon, we need to do that 4 times in total. Yes, apparently we're being insulted now. That's very rude, man. Anyway. Yes, I think he gives, yeah, we're gonna get a quick read out of the rules, and yeah, essentially we're gonna be killing slimes for the next 5 minutes or 4 minutes. I think it's 4 minutes. I really hope it was 4 minutes. Anyway, yeah, we get, whenever we bet money, we can potentially double. We can potentially double our money several times over the course of the game. We get to bet $30, what the hell am I on about, 30 gilder, and we have the potential to get up to 480 gilder if we're able to survive 5 rounds of slime bashing hell. Anyway, they will always appear in one of 9 spots, and as you can tell, I'm not doing very good straight off the bat. I am allowing myself to get hit by the damn things. The first stage will have a limited amount of slimes, and if you're able to kill all of them quickly enough, it'll have like a quick few seconds where nothing happens. It's kind of a weird thing, really. Don't know why I let that hit me. Oh, I missed one. I can't believe that. As you can tell, I'm slowly starting to lose my nerve as everything starts hitting me and dealing all the damage. As you can tell, as you can see here, a few seconds of nothingness. Anyway. Thank you. Yes, that's round 1 of 5 done. And as you can tell, we get 30 gilder, then it goes to 60, then 120, then 240, and then 480. With each consecutive round, we have to kill more slimes. And the slimes start appearing in curious patterns. As you can tell, sometimes they'll just appear, like that. Sometimes one will appear, and they will appear just after that to trick you into missing a ton of attacks. Sometimes they will appear one at a time, like that. Now, if you're quick enough, you can hit the quick slime before it disappears, and then get the other 3 kills without any difficulty. I think, yeah, there we go. I don't think it's possible for the later rounds to run out of slimes, unless of course I'm just not that good. Oh, whoops! Unless of course I'm just not that good at killing these slimes fast enough. Yeah, with what was it? With each, I think I mentioned it, but with each round, the amount of slimes you have to defeat goes up. It's not as bad in the shooting gallery, considering how many you have to hit, but that one has its own set of rules that is kind of irritating. Now, we're not allowed to use items, technically speaking, or we're not allowed to use side items, so it's best to have something that's, what was it? Best to have something that will allow us to... I can't believe I let that happen. It's best to have something that gives us a passive benefit for equipping it. So, I don't think you can use them, but you definitely can't pause, let's just say that. Anyway, that's round 3 over. As you can tell, I'm getting pretty good at this. I'm pretty sure, what was it, Tools' speedrunner managed, or, what was it, yeah, speedrunner managed to get like 52 points on this. It's kind of amusing, really. You can get like quite a lot of points. But yeah, this is round 4, so it's going to be, what was it, another half a minute of slime smashing excitement. Or so I think. Also, I would like to convince myself. Alright. As you can tell, more. Oh yeah, that was another way the enemies could appear. The slimes could appear. Sets appear on one side and sets appear on another side. They can never appear like vertically like that. There'll always be, what was it? Lines pointing. What was it? Vertical lines. Very strange. But whatever. That's the nature of the game. Anyway, what was it? Round 4 over. We get a pretty decent number of points. And now for the final round. And I know you guys aren't going to be interested in seeing 5 or another 12 minutes of this, or another 20 minutes of this. So in order to save patience and time, we're going to be, what was it? Once I've done the 5 rounds, what was it? The first 5 round jamboree and got the life vessel, I'm going to be skipping to the end of the proceedings of what exactly goes on with these games, and see what everyone has to say about the fact that I've just basically broken several dozen records. Because apparently this, what was it? When you do the 5th round, nobody ever expects that. What was it? The slime bashing man seems surprised at the fact that you managed to set a record. What was it? The shooting range guy is very surprised that you're able to hit that many shots and seems to think that you're... Ah yeah, here we go. I'm sorry, that bloody word, studliness. There are some times this game just abuses me. Anyway. We're not allowed to play more than 5 rounds, which is a good thing, because otherwise we'll be able to make a stupid amount of money without too much difficulty. Anyway, first prize obtained. It's a life vessel. Who'd have thought it? There's only 2 more to go in this wretched... I'm not even sure what the name of the place is, but shithole. No, that's rude. Anyway, what was it? Just gonna slowly enter here, and before we can do that. As you can see, 3 more wins, we get more money, more and more money, and eventually we will end up with, what was it? We will end up with this. You see, yeah, as you can tell, and as I originally said, we set a record, and we get a fantastic and amazing prize. That means that we are no longer allowed to play this game. It's a sad thing. Oh wow, I just noticed my money. That's pretty cool. It's a kind of a sad thing, but we're essentially being told to bugger off. But hey, if we were allowed to play this forever, then it would be too easy to make money. And what the hell use does money have in this bloody day and age? In this game, anyway. Or in this game and age. Now then, as you can tell, once we've managed to win this amount of games, we're basically hailed, well, on this one, we're hailed as the champion, or as the king of the video game, or of the boxing ring. I'm not even sure if it's a boxing ring, I don't know. Anyway, we're just gonna have a quick heal there because, well, it's amazing how easily you can get hurt by all the slimes in that game. Anyway, the second game is the shooting gallery, and this one is a bit more, what was it? A bit more difficult. I want to say a bit more difficult. I don't know. It depends on how good you are with aiming arrows in this game. Now, this guy isn't as doesn't seem to give as much of a toss as the other guy for pomp and whatever the hell it is, you know, making things as bombastic as possible. He just wants people to come in and show off their shooting arm. Anyway, what was it? This game does not have quite as lofty a number of slimes to be destroyed, but you'll see why in the incoming game. It will always. What was it? The slimes can only come in 2 directions, and they can only they can be in 2 different heights, which is pretty neat. Well, it's pretty interesting. It makes it so that you can't just idly stand around constantly hitting the square button. No. With the first level, it's not that difficult. You just gotta hit enough slimes to be able to, you know, beat the what you call? I forget the name of it. But essentially, once you manage to score enough points within the 30 seconds, you're able to continue to the next stage, as you do. And this game still has the same double your money sort of thing, so it can go 30, 60, 120, 240, and finally 480. Now then, the second and third rounds add on a little interesting layer, in that there is now a boulder flying around. Don't ask how they're moving. Maybe there's invisible glass poles or some shit. Anyway, if an arrow hits the boulder, then it just gets negated. So, not exactly the best thing to do, but it could be worse. That will become more apparent in the next round, in rounds 4 and 5. I'm pretty sure that the boulder actually... Oh, there it goes. I'm pretty sure the boulder ends up getting a little faster in the third round. And as you can tell, there is something that will become more apparent later once we get to the 4th and 5th stages, that there will be things that can be hit that deal penalties. It's bad enough that you miss a slime, but if you hit a penalty, you lose a point. So, if you end up with like 15 points, but you have a penalty, then you lose, and you get what was it? The guy apologizes for your incompetence. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that rock moves faster. I should have checked it earlier. Oh well. Anyway, what was it? For the most part, the points. It will go. What was it? The point requirements will always increment by 1 until you get to the final stage. It'll go 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Kind of a weird thing, which is especially weird considering that there doesn't seem to be much of a difference between the 4th and the 5th rounds. Maybe the guy never expected someone to get to the 5th round and just never bothered. The fun thing is, I'm pretty sure it's possible to get like what's the name? It's probably possible to get 20 points if you're really good at calling your shots. Yes, round 4 is when the chicken is introduced. It doesn't move quite as fast as the boulder, so it's not as big of a cheap shot, but it is capable of intercepting arrows very easily if you're not paying attention. You'll know when you've hit one because of the fact that it disappears and you hear a bap noise. I think that's how you make the noise. You really do have to pay attention to make sure you don't accidentally shoot too early or shoot at the wrong type of movement. Otherwise, you're gonna end up losing. Remember, it's better to have a 0 than a -1. As you can see, not the best thing in the world to do. And with that, we managed to beat stage 4. I don't know why it took me a second to actually try and say stage 4, but whatever, it does that thing. And on the final round, same point requirement, same warning from last time. I want to say that the chickens are more erratic or appear less predictably, but I can't really notice a pattern. Alright, there's not really much to say after this point because, I mean, I did manage to do a pretty cool shot at one point where I managed to shoot an arrow that managed to just miss a chicken that was getting by and hit and collided with a slime, or rather, a slime collided with it. It was a pretty neat thing, and I really wish I'd kept it in the recording, but alas, it was not meant to be because it was in one of the next rounds. And then, with this one, we have managed to bloody succeed with the shooting gallery. He seems impressed. Now, the fun thing is splinterous. That's a brilliant word. And as you can tell, we're not allowed to play more than 5 games, so it's an unfortunate thing. They probably would have asked for like 20 shots or some shit. I don't know. But what was it? Once we've managed to win 3 more games, well, actually thinking about it, I'll wait until the small cut at the end appears. But for what it's, well, I forget what I was going to say there. Anyway, as you can tell, with 3 more wins and a failure that has the guy basically saying, you're a bloody crap at this, we get told once again that we're no longer allowed to play. Wait, why did I leave that? I must have cut it at the wrong moment. Anyway, he seems to think that we may be a bit of a professional shooter. So, we're gonna have to, but we're gonna be given another Gilded Falcon, and we're gonna be told to bugger off. It's kind of a sad thing, but hey, whatever. Who wants to keep playing shooting games for another 20 to 30 minutes with almost no obvious reward apart from money? Now, I don't know why I went... Oh yeah, I went back in to see what the sign says. Because, what was it? Only the slime slashing game has an interesting line. This one has an even more interesting line. The roulette will have the same line, but, well, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, apparently we're not even allowed to try. Anyway, let's just skip ahead because I had to take a small break. But here we come to the most vile minigame in the set. Now then, this one is so very simple, as the rules will explain. There was a roulette wheel of 16 colours: 5 red, 5 blue, 5 green, and 1 black. We've got to take our guess and hope for the best. And as she says, this is technically a lie. We don't double our bet, we triple our bet, which is a lot better than the other games, because whilst we may only be betting 5 gilder, we can end up with an impressive 12,000. That'll be crazy. 1,215 gilder. And there is a small trick to this minigame. The light will always land within 6 to 10 lights away from its original position. So from the black, it would end up on blue, green, green, red, red. But unfortunately, after that, it's a guessing game, as you can tell. Now then, this wouldn't be too bad if it weren't for the fact that each attempt is essentially 30 seconds. So we're playing the equivalent of the original games with no skill, or with almost no skill, and almost no reward. Now, for this point, it's black, blue, blue, red, green. I was taking green because, it's definitely going to land on the very final one, because the game hates me. And I'm just going to say, once you play this minigame for long enough, you really do start to resent the damn thing, because it feels like the game is trying to screw with you. And in a way, it is, because, you think that it's going to, Because of the way that the game is set up, it will always land within 1 of 5 lights, and at times I have seen it appear on a 6th one after that, so it can go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 at times. It's a bit iffy like that. I'd have to go over all that recording. And another amusing little tidbit. What was it? Oh yes. Another amusing little tidbit. The recording sessions for the shooting game, for the fighting game was, recording this was interesting. The fighting game took about 20 minutes. The shooting game, including the failure, took about 23 minutes, maybe 24. The roulette took 5 hours and 12 minutes. Because of every single game taking so long, I stopped with the deliberation after a while. At this point, it would end up with blue, blue, red, green, green. So pretty much even odds. And while you may think, oh well, if it can land on any of those 5, then it seems simple, 1 in 5 chance, right? You're wrong. Apparently there are moments, there are people who suggest, there are things that suggest that, it can land, it has sort of equal chances of it has decent chances of landing on certain lights. So, let's see, it would have, let's say it can land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because, it can land on one of the 5 numbers. The chance of it landing on 1 or 5 is the lowest, with about a 15% chance. The chance of it landing on 3 is middling chance, with 20%. And it has the best chance of landing on 2 and 4, or 2 or 4, with the 25% chance. This is something I need to look into, which, considering I have 5 hours and 12 minutes of footage, 5 and a quarter, I suppose is the term, or 5 and a fifth? I don't know. Yes, we end up skipping ahead here. Man, that music loop could have been better. Anyway. It is entirely... I would be able to make a pretty decent guess at the odds of the game here. But that would require a lot of time and effort. Something I will have to invest later. But for now, we're just going to view the first winning run, and then we're going to skip ahead to the end. Because nobody wants to watch that many hours of goddamn footage. I think I got this I ended up with this successful run within like an hour or so of gameplay. And the fun thing is, I managed to find a I managed to find a website on the Speed Demos Archive, which suggested an optimal method of winning this game, and it still had a 3% chance of winning because you have to bet 5 times. As with the other games, you have to win 5 times in a row in order to get your prize. And as with the other games, you need to do it 4 times in order to get the Gilded Falcon. As you can tell, it is a hell of a drain on patience and time. But the prize is all the sweeter for it. Because, instead of 30, 60, 120, 240, 480, you get 5. Technically you get 15, 45. 135? It'll become apparent late in a minute. And yeah, as you can tell, this is not exactly the most enthralling game to watch. 135, there we go. Then 405, and finally 1,215. It is an intrigue. It is a pretty decent intrigue way. What was it? There's not really much to talk about at this point now, because we're just killing time, waiting for the random number generator to generate those random numbers. And there's a fun thing that's been mentioned as well. If there's a chance that the light will land on the black, then it will, depending on how many games that you've managed to win so far, it will weigh the odds of it landing on the black heavier and heavier. If you're on a 4th win and there's a chance that it's going to land on the black, then that chance is increased to 50%. From what I've gathered, anyway. I would need to confirm this. Anyway, we're almost there now. Just, what was it? What was it? The clinking is just so much. It's so tense that you don't even know, because it could just go bing and then off you go. Anyway, we've managed to win 5 games in a row. She does not seem to believe it. Anyway, we get to the final life vessel of this area, and we get another little translation error there. I'm surprised they missed that, not once but twice. Anyway, with this done, we finally get the third life vessel of the casino, which is also of the roulette, the least fun game possible. And just to show, after 3 more wins, with the second win managing to bring me to 6,666 Gilder, we get a final message. We are basically, the lady seems to think that even though we've been playing for 5 hours, she seems to think that we may have been gaming it. How could we game such a thing? I just love that, a professional cheat. Now, come on, how could we cheat? Anyway, she's not exactly as gracious as the other 2 guys for us winning so often, and basically actually does tell us to beat it. But we still get the Gilded Falcon at the end of it, and we get another little poster telling us bugger off, or it's saying that this guy is a bit of a cheater, or it says too sexy, but it's literally just cheater. I'm surprised that she turned to say that. Whatever. Anyway, with this done, this place is now done and dusted. We no longer have to come here ever again, which I'm certain so many people who have played this game before will be pleased to see. I mean, granted, you guys, if there are those sort of people watching, then I'm quite amazed. Anyway, we're gonna have a quick drink because we need to heal our health, and then we're going to be doing a quick extra bit of exploration, because there were a few bits I missed that a couple of bits that I missed unintentionally, and then one thing that I discovered later on. I just realised he doesn't actually constantly turn around, he's just sort of facing random directions. Anyway, with that, he's knocked out cold, once again. The next thing we know, he's been carried out into the river. No, I'm joking. I just like the editing. Anyway, we're going to slowly be making our way to the point where we'll be able to talk to people. And I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, no, I am entirely sure why I did this. I wanted to talk to Nava to see if he had anything interesting to say. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I think he does have something different. Well, he does have something different to say, but I don't exactly remember what it was. But for now, let's just have a look. Yep. We're essentially going to have to be watching, we're going to have to be watching everyone's backs for this from this point onwards. And the fun thing is that will come into effect later on. I hope you guys can't hear that. I know this microphone is quite sensitive. Anyway, we're gonna be making a couple of interesting discoveries as well, like the fact that I've gone the wrong way. But what was it? We're going to discover that apparently, what was it? We still need bombs in order to clear our path through here, but apparently the bombs can't be set on fire with a fire wand. Kind of a weird thing when you think about it. Anyway, whatever. It's a thing that happens. But we're going to be skipping ahead quickly. Thank you. And we're going to be seeing what was in that cave, because last time, oh man, that's a brilliant feeling, be able to one-shot those guys even without even without Olga's ring. But anyway, if you guys remember, there were two paths here, one of which had a mimic and the other of which was blocked by brambles. We're going to be able to see what was in there and get possibly a bunch of interesting items with interesting things within them. As you can tell, this is I want to say Cliff's a bandaged looking place. Oh, there's scary mimic there. But first off, we're gonna have another life vessel. We're gonna have another life vessel, because it's always good to have all that health. And now we're up to 40 hit points. Always a, I was gonna say blessing. I guess it is technically a blessing. More of these buggers. And this guy drops 30. What was it? This guy drops gold bars. It's brilliant. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure why I decided to use this. Maybe I just wanted to show it off. Ah, yes, that's why I wanted to show it off, because, well, those things are around. And this thing is, what was it? The Earth Book is immensely powerful, able to deal quite a lot of damage to enemies without too much difficulty. Anyway, there you go, more proof with the magic seeds, and kind of, I'm not entirely sure why why I didn't spam more magic at that point, but whatever, I'm an idiot, I suppose. Anyway. I'm not entirely sure why I took that out either. I guess I was hoping to. Whatever. Hey, fun thing. You can only ever get magic seeds from those impressive white vases. Not entirely sure why. Maybe they just wanted to balance it out a little. But whatever. Now then, I don't remember if there was a Gilded Falcon here. I think there was. We'll find out. You'd think I would remember this, considering I've been editing this video for the last couple of days. But whatever. It's a thing that I have thinged. There it is. Yes, I do remember. And I think with that we have 45 Gilded Falcons. If not, we got 44, and then there'll be one last. No, wait, not 45. 39, I think. Then we're gonna be on. What was it? If we're not on 39, then we're on 40. I can hear noise downstairs. That means people are back. I'll have to deal with that later. But for now, we're gonna deal with more of these guys. Man, I just realized how close I'm cutting everything. Anyway, there's... Yep, we got... Bloody mimics are everywhere. I'm not entirely surprised, but at the same time I'm still annoyed. Anyway, that guy only seemed to be dropping, what was it, 5 gilder bits, so not exactly something worth thinking about, or pondering, rather, in the long term. Anyway, with this place fully explored, I'm slowly hearing more thunking of doors downstairs. Anyway, we're going to be skipping ahead once more once we're out of here. I think we end up... yes, I remember where we go now. If you remember, there was a treasure chest near the water book that had some interesting... Oh, there was a treasure chest near the water book that had no obvious path towards it. Now then, if you remember properly, there is a path towards it. It's just very, very, very subtle. Yep, it's a little scruff of land that's not got any grass on it. Considering those have appeared as decorations in the past, you know, I suppose some people can very easily be forgiven for missing them. Anyway, once again, we're going to be skipping ahead to the map square that has Merrick's house or Merrick's shop in it. And that's where we're going to be ending the video. And I hope I didn't just repeat that. Oh, whatever. Editing will have its way with coherence, I suppose. Anyway, we got, what was it? We will be getting a new item from Merrick here. You'll be able to see what it is now, just on the very left there. Yes, it is the recovery ring. We got, what was it? We managed to bring 6 more falcons in for a total of 41. I just feel this does not look as loud as it should do, but whatever. Anyway, With this, we now have the recovery ring. Now, I'll show it off quickly and then, well, quickly, with big fat bloody air quotes, and then we shall be ending the video. Thank you, tunes. Yes, there we go. I'm still never going to get over the first time I came over here, getting that for a full minute. Anyway, with 4 more statuettes, or 4 more Gilded Falcons, we'll be able to get to the last life vessel from this place. And now we're going to have a quick look at the recovery ring, so you'll be able to see why it might be useful at some times. If we're going to be doing a lot of waiting, we're going to be getting a lot of healing. But anyway, I thank you all for watching. Next time will be more plot-related developments.